Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is I wanted to share basically this girl had left a comment on my page, and I just really feel really sad that, unfortunately, like there's girls out here still kind of going through this, like where she said that I do not want to transition anymore because I'm scared of what my family will think and everything like that. So I'm here to give advice for that girl and for all these other girls, and other trans people that don't want to come out because they're afraid of what the world will think. So this is kind of like my point of view, my advice on this. Yeah, before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, comment, share, subscribe, and yeah, let's get started. Okay. So basically, my advice, if you're scared to come out to your family with transitioning and everything like that, I would start small. Okay. So, like, maybe put on a little bit of makeup, a little bit of mascara, maybe like painting your nails. Like, start small. Like, don't fully, like, boom, like, because then it will really, just start small, like showing small signs to them where they're going to be like, oh my God, okay, like your family's going to pick up on things. Like, okay. Also too, I wanted to say for me, when I transitioned, I remember I came out to the closest person that I felt like that I had a good relationship with. And I ended up like talking to that person. That person was like my aunt. I ended up like telling her, I said, hey, like, I want to transition into a female. I'm not comfortable. And this was when I was just like a full on like guy. Like I had not even taken hormones or anything. And so I talked to her about it, and she didn't really know what to say. She was just like, yeah, she wasn't really the best person to kind of like tell about, but I felt like that was the person at the time that I could come out to and stuff like that. So of course, just see like what they say, and maybe they can like pass it along and like tell the other family members and stuff like that. So I remember when I first transitioned, it was during Christmas time. All the family came over. It was like the first like Christmas, I haven't seen any family, extended family and stuff like that. And what I did was I wore a full face of makeup on. I wore makeup. And I remember one of my uncles, he was like, and I had already started hormones, so he cut himself off from the family for a whole like year, I think it was. So of course, like he had no contact with us or anything. So but that is like a whole nother story in itself. But when he came after 1 year, he came for Christmas, him and his boys, and they saw me like, well, I was just taking hormones, like my breasts were just starting to develop. And, I think it was like on like 3 or 4 months of hormones and stuff. And of course I had some makeup on. And when he saw me, he was all like, boy, are you wearing makeup? And I remember the whole, like all the other parts of the family, like they was there during Christmas, and everyone just kind of stopped doing what they were doing, was all looking like to see like, oh, what is she going to say? Like, and of course, like I flipped it around and I said, yeah, like I am. And it looks good, right? Like it looks really good, right? And then everyone kind of just went back to doing what they were doing. And then so of course, like my aunt, like she pulled me to the side and she was all like, you handled that very well. Like, I'm so proud of you, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, so you want to really think smart when like coming out and stuff. Of course, a lot of people are going to be upset. They don't know because they're losing you and then gaining like a new person. You know what I mean? So definitely for me, I had to do it. Like I had to transition. I didn't care what my family thought or anything, like, because I felt like if they truly loved me, then they will accept me for who I am. And that's kind of how I looked at it. And that's kind of what I said to them. I said, if you guys don't want to talk to me anymore, then that's fine. Like, I'll figure it out, And then, of course, like a lot of them, like, they didn't stop talking to me. Of course, it was a little distant at first, but then once I really started like living my truth and when I moved out and things like that, then they were like, oh, like, what is she doing? Stuff like that. So doing that. And of course, like if I didn't transition, like I would have really did something bad to myself. Like we all kind of know what that is. And you just have to look at yourself at the end of the day. Like you have to look at yourself. And I really personally feel like you have to love yourself first before you gain any type of like acceptance from anybody. You know what I mean? When I moved out, I didn't really talk to my family for like a year, you know, so I didn't think I was going to ever talk to them again. But of course, they ended up wanting to talk to me and, you know, things like that. And I just also wanted you to know too that you doing this is you're going to get respect from people who you think you weren't going to get respect from. You have to have a backbone and you have to decide this is who I want to be. And when you do that, people who you thought weren't going to respect you, they will end up respecting you behind closed doors. You know, they may not ever admit it, but they will respect you more for it. And also too, like I personally, had I not started my YouTube channel years ago, had I not started that, I would have never helped any of you ladies out there with your transition or any other trans men too. Like, I remember starting this channel, it was kind of like a diary for me. Like, it was a way of coming out. And then also, too, it was just like a way of speaking my truth. Like, it was like kind of like therapeutic for me to kind of like speak my truth and then like uploading it. You know, it was kind of like a diary. And then it ended up really, the channel grew. And like, I was getting so many positive, of course, like there's hate comments or whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But there was so many positive comments saying like, oh my God, you helped me so much with this video. Oh my gosh, like Goddess Serenity, like you've really saved my life. And it just like, just seeing these comments and stuff have just really like, wow, like I just something small, like talking on camera and like uploading it, you can really like save someone and help someone. And had I given up and not transitioned, you know, I would have never helped these people, you know, or myself. You know, I would have never, had I given up, I would have never got my own place. I would have never fully transitioned, um, you know, everything like that. So basically, I'm here to say is transition. If you feel that this is what you need to do, then do it. Don't overthink it. Do not overthink what other people will think of you and stuff. Everything will fall in place like it should. Okay. So I basically wanted to come on here and just say, do not give up. Keep going. Keep shining bright. If you feel like nobody loves you, I love you. And yeah. So be brave. You got this. If I can do it, you can do it too. Okay. So don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical. Mwah.